and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming Terrain. Guys, in this video I'm going to be making a helipad, you know, or something, you know, for ships to land on. It would be your gunships, or it would be, you know, something like that. So if you're new to the channel, guys, sit back, relax, enjoy. All the videos here are nice and easy to do. If you're regular here, guys, I would love, thank you very much. I'll see you in a second. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I've got one of these, okay, it's just this is a Foamex board, okay, see how thick it is. It is approximately 3 mils. So I got this from a supermarket, they were throwing it away, so I said, oh, I'll have that. But you can go to the sign writers and ask them for, you know, this is an amazing material to work with, Foamex. Absolutely amazing. The only problem with this material, there's two things. You need a really sharp blade, and it's easier to cut than the weatherboard, but you still need a sharp blade on it. And the second thing is the cost wise. If you're buying a sheet of it, it's quite expensive just to make terrain with. So this piece is 400 mils. Yeah, 400 mils, or 15 3/4 of an inch by, I think it's 385 mils, or just over 15 inches. But what I've done is I've measured central point. Yeah, I'm going to cut this in half and have two pieces. The idea is to make a shape out of one piece and use it as a template for the other piece, so I can make two of them. Okay, and the idea is to try and have it freestanding, so I can play it on the boards and just move it from place to place. Okay, so I'm going to get on and do some cutting. I'll see you guys in a second. Right, so I've cut that. That's one half of it. That's 200 mils. Okay. Then what I did with one piece, I cut it down. So now it is actually 300 mils, I think. 300 mils one way. Okay, and 200 mils wide. Okay. So it's just under 8 inches, or 200 mils, by just under 12 inches, or 300 mils. Now for those of you who don't know the difference, the one on the bottom here is millimeters. So the red one there is 100 mils. Okay, see that? There you go. So you see the two there. Okay, that's 200 mils. Obviously you got 1 foot there, which is just over 300 mils. Okay, and we all know 1 foot is 12 inches. Okay, just so some people are used to measuring in inches and not in millimeters, you know, but it's handy to learn both. So now what we've got this lovely shape. I'm going to use the, I don't know, see, you could do it rectangular, and I'm thinking of just taking the corners and having it as a weird shape, and then using this with the corners to make like little legs. But I don't want to make legs so it's up here somewhere. I actually want to make legs so it's just sort of just hovering up. But then I thought, for those of you that play No Man's Sky, some of their spaceports are literally 2 of these platforms with a little walkway in between. That's a bit elaborate, but and that means it has to be up higher up, and I don't really want that. And why I have it, you know, just a nice, just hovering above the ground, because then I haven't got to make big massive walkways coming off and stuff like that. So I'm going to cut the other one down. I'm going to tinker with this idea for a little bit and have a little, you know, play a few ideas through my head, and I'll come back to you when I've figured out what I'm doing. Right, so what I've done is I just filmed this, and there was a disturbance and it messed up filming. So what I've done, I've got a cardboard box, I got one of the lips, you know, the tongue, the tab, and I cut a corner piece off. Okay, like a triangle. It's off centre triangle, it's not proper, or it's an irregular triangle, I think that's called. And then what I did was I got a piece, I put it in the corner, I drew a line, done the same in the other corner, I mirrored it, same on each one, I don't want to be disturbed again. Then I cut it off. Okay, so now I'm left with this lovely shape. Now there's lovely points on the corners here, so I can put little tabs to make it legs. Now I've got both of them done the same. Now what I'm thinking is taking this, see the lines on it, that is 20 mils each one, okay, and the plan is if I cut that, if I cut that, I can actually, sorry, yeah, that's the length of it. So I've got like a nice little tab to go in each, okay, and it'll all give me the same sort of height, yeah. So I'm just going to cut those out and start attaching them. The other thing is these. You're going to say, what are these? When you get the square box that has all the drawers, the compartments, so you can put your bits and pieces on. I've mentioned them on the channel before. They come with these. Now these go into the drawers to divide the drawers even more, to give you more space, and not space, but give you more divisions in the drawer to do stuff. But I'm thinking with these, the one side has a nice fat lip on it, and the other side's skinny. I'm thinking actually just gluing them on there to make a nice little barrier. Anyway, I'm going to crack on with that, and I'll come back to you in a minute, guys. Right, so here we are. What I've done is I've cut these down into the strips, okay? They're 20 mils wide, whatever they are. Wait, let me just. They're 20 mils across, and they are 84 inches, 84 mils long. These are going to be used as like little plinths around the, the base. Now, before I even get onto that, because this material is very soft and very smooth, and it's designed to have like prints on it. Okay, as you can see, there's a bit of a print left on there. So what I need to do is get some fine grit sandpaper and give it a gentle, sand down, just to give me, so when I put paint onto it, it's got something to hold on to. Now, so far I've been using the blade. Follow all safety procedures with the blade, please, guys. Let someone know you're using the blade so they don't disturb you when you cut yourself. When you're not using the blade, yeah, don't have it out, put it away, put it down. Don't have it by the edge of the table. And just, don't cut into yourself. Always stand to the side when you're cutting, okay? Just, be safe. So when I'm going to fine grit sandpaper now, okay, I'm going to put mask on, glasses on, all that business. In a ventilated area. I'm going to give it all a gentle sand down, and then I'll probably position myself over so you can see me. It's still foggy morning. Yeah, I'll try and position the camera and see how the lighting goes, to, so you can see me actually hot gluing stuff together. Guys, I'll back to you in a minute. Right, so some of you go, wow, it's gone really dark. Yeah, I'm over the other side of the workshop now. It's becoming daylight. That's the door there. That's one half, that's the other half. But so there's daylight starting to come in, but the lighting over here is terrible because the lights are all that side. Now I do have lights I can plug in, but I'm using one plugs for the lights, one plugs for the hot glue gun. Unfortunately, so here's what I've done. Okay, so the strips, you can see the red, and then there's white patches on it. That's where I've sanded down. You can actually see the scratch marks on the printed side. Now I've glued the strip there, okay, and I've glued little square strips in the middle, okay. Also I put the printed side underneath, because when I paint it, give it an undercoat black, if there's any sort of problems with the print taking the paint, it's underneath. Okay, so that's the structure that we've got in the moment. Okay, now I didn't measure these where these strips are going to go. I just hot glued and measured by, so this one's slightly off from the centre, but it doesn't matter. See that? See where my finger is here? Okay, now look at this top one. There's a little gap here, and there's a little gap that side. So don't worry about, at that point, don't worry about measuring it, where's it going to go, has any on there, because it's underneath. Now, before I'm finished with this underneath now, okay, so I don't need to worry about, oh, should I undercoat it now, should I not? I mean, if you wanted to undercoat this now at this point, work away, it's not a problem. But I want to do some stuff on the top here. I'll glue some of those bits down, and I've still got some strips left over, so I'll figure out what I'm going to do with those. Yeah, so I'm going to hot glue those down, and I'll come back to you then probably when it's undercoated, so you can look at it properly with the bits and pieces on it. See you soon, guys. So I've moved back over here where it's lighter. Sun's just coming up, so it's nice. Okay, now I've glued these bits together, and I'm glad I didn't film it. Oh, I started doing it, and that was wrong. I had to then take the glue off and try again, and eventually I got to a point where I was like, okay, this is what I'm doing wrong. So I'm glad I didn't film that, because I would have been a lot of time in editing with that, or I would have left it in and you could laugh at me. But okay, so we've got the underside. Okay, shown you that already. Now we've got the sides. Now, these little divider things just go straight down, nice and easy. Now I could take a rotary tool and draw a rectangle in there and just cut it out if I wanted to. If I was doing imperial like barricades type thing, I could do that with them. That's, you know, nice and easy. Just a couple of strips left over. Now, this boy, this is the ramp on and off. Okay, this bit of card, this bit of plastic here, is from the drinks on the lava builder, the lava bridge. But they were originally drink shelves that go into a fridge or something like that, and then you just spring on it. So when you put the drink, when you take the drink out, the spring pushes it all forward. But the spring had broke, so I was given those, and this is a bit off of that. I mean, you could use a bit more Fomex if you wanted to. Use a triangle piece from the actual bit that was cut to support it along the side there, and then put another flat piece along here to support the triangle piece. Underneath, I took another one of these ones, yeah, these dividers, and just hot glued it between the two, just you know, support it even more. I'll tell you what, it's absolutely amazing. Same with this one. Okay, so this one I gave it 2 ramps, 2 side supports, because in my infinite haste, I forgot that these are not square. They're a weird shape, and I should have really looked and realised. And if I realised they weren't square, I could have got the rotary tool on them and just trimmed them down. But again, it's got 2 supports either side. Now you see, even a couple of these triangles I've used to come up there. Now also, what I've done is I've left one side open on both of them. Now the idea is the gunship, or you know, the air support ship that's bringing troops down, will come down, land, drop the troops off they go. I'd imagine they wouldn't be bringing tanks. That tanks would be dropped by bigger ships, but you know, you still can get a tank on there, I think. 1 second. Right. That's Space Rhino on there. Okay. And there is enough space for it to come down the ramp. Now I do know, before someone points out to me, this is the older version of Rhino, so I do know that. But you know, there's not much of a drop from there to the you know, your gaming surface, so it could quite easily just have a little run off and off they go. So I'm going to get on with undercoating this now. So I'll show you that. I'm quite pleased with this. This is, I'll tell you what, this Fomex, I've used it before, like when I was working in Sunrain, and it's such a good material to use. It was never applied to the terrain wise, and now looking it into terrain, I'm thinking this is actually a lovely material. It's hard, it's durable. You can cut it easily, and you know, put it together nicely. It takes hot glue well. It glues plastic well. It glues to, well, so I'm going to get on cutting this, and I'll be back to you in a minute. See you guys. Right, so here's what I've done. I've put some masking tape down, and what I've done is just put some weird shapes here and there. Okay, just now when I paint this silver, when it's dry, I'm going to take the masking tape off, and then that'll be black underneath, and I can paint that a different colour. So that's where I'm at. Back to you in a minute, guys. So I've started painting this silver. I'm using Red Belcher the air paint for that. It's a bit watery down, but I don't know, I might just, I think I should really switch to the other one that I have. That's a bit wanting that colour on this sort of scale. I've got Iron Breaker layer paint. Now, when you're painting the masking tape as well, you want to start with painting paint from the masking tape and go outwards. Okay. I'm taking it straight from the pot because this is not an airbrush, this is a proper base colour I'm doing now on this. You want to paint everything silver, you know, the floor, the barricades themselves. I could be disturbed at any moment because I have a little one in the yard who's outside there playing with a frisbee, and she keeps coming along and she sees me filming. So if I am, I will just stop filming and come back to you in a second, guys. Alright, so don't panic. So here's where we're at so far. Okay. When you're doing this, see my thumb here, I haven't painted that section yet, so when I put it down I can just quickly give it a once over. Now with the barricades, I'm not going to give them a good massive solid coat of paint, I'm going to give them more of a heavy dry brush, just to make them look like they're worn. Right, disturbed, guys. I'll back to you in a minute. Right, so after being disturbed, she's topped out again, so she'll probably be back in a minute. So I've painted both those silver. Okay, now I've stripped this one of all the masking tape. Okay, yeah. The underneath is just painted black. There's no silver work on that. There's no need to do no silver work on that. But when you're taking the masking tape off, you can wait for it to dry. Okay, this is almost dry, but I'm patient. Got barbecue skewer. Just point a bit down to the corner, flick it over. There we go. Nice and easy. nice and easy. And then because all that masking tape done most of the work for me once I just paint over, now I've got some nice little shapes areas to do. I'm going to go with some layer paint white scar. I'm going to paint the H's first. Now this is a layer paint, so it will go on and then really brighten, just dull itself down. I'll back to you in a second, guys. Right, so the interruption. There's a quick. I've actually painted the white on them, painted a bit red and a bit of yellow and stuff like that. But I've actually used sunburst yellow, also bad moon yellow. On the black, the first coat comes out like a greeny colour, so it looks more like a reflective yellow, which is good. But I've painted another colour on top. Now the only thing left to do on it is let it dry and give it a wash down. I'm going to use a phasing camo shade just to wash it down. And I could use a black wash. But I'm going to give you a quick little sneaky peek here. Now this one here is not my, I prefer the other one. So there's this one, okay, not too bad. Yeah, I'm not too sure on the colours, but I think once it's been washed down it'll be fine. Here's the other one. This is my favourite one, I like this one. So once I've no, it's a bit hard to show you now because the angle is still a little bit wet, so I'll let it dry down and you give it a wash down. Then we're going to go to some pretty pictures. So guys, I'll see you in a second. Okay. Another thing is I used white scar layer paint, white, to do the whiting. I should have actually gone straight for white craft paint and done that, because it wouldn't have gone on bright and dulled itself down in places. But hopefully with a wash, you know, that's going to really blend it all in nice and make it look nice. And I've got some bit of copper here to give it a dry brush here and there to give it a bit of rusty effect. And guys, I'll see you in a second. Right, so that's all done. Fancy camera, stop. I've washed it down. I've given it a dry brush of some beaten copper. The lighting's really off today for some bizarre reason. Keep noticing it looks a bit orangey, but I apologise, guys. Just waiting for the wash to dry. Now, try to comment below and let me know what you guys think. I mean, I'll give you some close-up pictures, and you know, then comment and let me know. I like them. I can see them on the gaming boards, they're looking fantastic. But not only that, they could be used for games of Killteam, Necromunda. I'm actually thinking about, I've got a few more of those Foamex sheets, thinking about just making some sort of three-dimensional sort of buildings or structures for 40k Killteam, Necromunda, that type of thing. I've got Necromunda terrain that I did anyway, so the stackable ones. So I'm thinking, but anyway, it's an idea for another day. I'll show you some pretty pictures afterwards, guys. If you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and I'll see you. Well, you'll probably see me tomorrow because I'll be doing another painting video in the morning. I've got some D&D models up there ready to go. I've got 4 of them. I'll probably only do 1 or 2 because it's going to be a little bit of time to do them. So guys, look at the pretty pictures, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy. And here we have it, guys. There's a Space Marine captain on there that I painted yesterday, I think it was. There's the other one. It still looks a little bit wet from the wash. So I'm not 100% sold on, you know, on the effect, but you know, check a comment below and let me know. I mean, I think the build of it's fine in my opinion, but it's just, I think I've let it down with the paint, the washing, I think. But you know, check a comment below and let me know. But it's a fantastic material to work with, Foamex. So guys, I'll see you next time.